Hey there, good peeps. Sammy here with another indie game to show you. Today we are looking at an absolute gem and what could be a fantastic game on the indie game scene. This is called A Sister's Journey. It is a Metroidvania and pixel art style in the form of something that's reminiscent of Celeste, if you ever played that game back in the day. What a fantastic game that was. And this game reminds me of it in so many ways, which we'll get into more detail a bit later. But it is my job to show you guys what is new on the indie game scene. And if you like what you see, feel free to hit that like and subscribe. I massively appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, so moving on into the game itself, I'm going to quickly read to you the description that shows on the Steam page, if you don't mind, just to give you a brief overview quickly of what the game entails. Explore a charmingly beautiful handcrafted pixel art world and help Violet on her journey searching for her sister. Uncover its mysteries, face its threatening foes, and run and gun your way through this challenging action Metroidvania, which will put your true platforming skills to the test. And in this demo playthrough, which we are actually playing through right now, as you can see, it is the demo, you will find these challenges here. It's a really large helping of a demo. You get at least an hour, even if you're good at these kind of games, which I am not, by the way. You'll probably see a lot of that in this playthrough. But yeah, I'm not very good at Metroidvania games, but I do love them. But this demo does pack a punch and is very challenging. You'll get at least an hour, as I said. I spent at least an hour and a half playing through this demo, getting from start to finish. But in the interest of trying to minimize the video length, I cut it down to about half an hour. So I cut out many times of me dying. I cut out several times where I may have got lost. Maybe. Yes, but I did cut it down considerably to about half an hour. But you will get up to an hour and a half easy. So there is plenty to do in this demo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this game entails during its full release, which is slated sometime this year, 2023. So looking forward to that, and let's go into what I really like about this game. And that, first and foremost, we have to pick up the point of the art style, the pixel art, as you can see. As I said, very reminiscent of Celeste, which was a fantastic game, brutally hard. You know, there was a lot of platforming going on there, and you would die so many times, and the same can be said in this one. This game is very similar to that in that sense. But it's fair, you know, it's not as if it unfairly kills you. You will navigate your way through platforms, and you'll die hitting spikes or falling off holes or enemies. For the most part, it was me falling off holes and running into spikes and stuff like that because I wasn't navigating around the platforming as well as I should. But you learn as you go, and that's very much the same as Celeste. The only difference there is the fact that you die if you get hit by an enemy in Celeste, like in the first hit. Here you do have a health bar as such, which you can see on the top left of the screen right now. You also get weapons in this game. It is a Metroidvania. It's not really much of a Metroidvania without weapons. And as you can see on the top left underneath my purple health bar, you'll see I'm using a weapon there, and as I shoot, the number goes down. That's your bullets corresponding. But when you let go of shoot, it will recharge again, so you don't have to worry about finding ammo or picking up bullets or anything like that. But there are a lot of stuff that you will need to pick up. You can get these cog wheels that allow you to upgrade your gear and your weapons when you get to a workbench. So we have like an upgrade system in this game. You have lots of abilities to get through as well, and also you can swap between different weapons on the fly by a push of a button, as well as use a couple of different types of bullets in your weapons. If you watch the whole playthrough that I do in this demo run, you'll see that the gun that I'm using now can be swapped to a different kind of bullet, which enables you to shoot bullets and bounce them off walls, able to hit other switches in the room, if that makes sense. So you will have to use your brain a lot, not just by navigating around platforming, but in terms of your loadout as well, which I was really excited to see, actually. I was pleasantly surprised at how detailed the customization is for your weapons and abilities in this game. So I can only imagine how much further they can take that in the full game. Looking at the developer of this game, I believe this is actually their first game. Florian Lackner, the developer of this game, I did a bit of research and couldn't find another game that they may have published or produced or developed or anything. This may be their first one, and if it is, GG. Like, you know, there are some developers who develop their first game that turns out to be a massive success. Stardew Valley or Shovel Knight being two massive indie game examples. This is a big one. I feel this could be a really big game. If it gets the love and appreciation and time that it deserves from gamers who love Metroidvania games and who are a big fan of Celeste, even if you're not, this is a real challenge for any gamer. I don't care who you are, like, this is a big challenge. If you're good at games, you will still find a big challenge here. So I really do recommend you head down to the description and check out the link there. I've put the link for where you can download the demo on Steam. Go check it out yourselves, because you will not be disappointed, especially if you want a challenge in your life. This has got a challenge. You've got a lot of things to work out in this game. The Steam description of this game will describe this game as like a run and gun Metroidvania, but for me personally, I didn't see too much running and gunning on the demo at least. So I can only imagine how much amped up that's going to be in the full game. You know, there's a couple of videos going around of the action that this game entails, which includes a lot of enemies and a lot of bullets spraying around on the screen, just like a bullet hell style game, which is more kind of run and gun action style. But for me in the demo, it was more about kind of getting to grips with the platforming aspect, you know, trying to navigate your way around spikes and surviving and learning and keep going and dying a lot. That was kind of the more focus of the demo in that front, but there was certainly a lot of enemies to kill as well and stuff like that. And also bosses. Really excited to see that there were some bosses to fight in this game as well. Some more challenging than others in the demo, of course, certainly, but, you know, there's going to be a lot more bosses in the full game, and I can only imagine how difficult they're going to be, especially if we're going to see more kind of bullet hell style situations where you have to dodge bullets and then also sort of navigate your way in between where they're going to land and time your runs and time your dodges and time your shooting and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see loads of bosses kick my butt during this game when the full release comes out, slated for 2023 this year. This game supports full controller support, which is amazing. I love playing games like this, platformer games and stuff like this, Metroidvanias, with a controller. I was using my Xbox 360 controller. Worked perfectly control-wise. It seemed absolutely perfect and spot on. You can use a dash function, so you can jump up in the air and then dash to the side. You need to use RT to dash to the right, and then LT to dash to the left. So you've got to use different buttons to dash in different directions, which I thought was kind of clever. At first I was like, this is going to be a bit of a hindrance, having to remember it's two different buttons to dash two different ways, because not usually the case. If you play Hollow Knight and stuff like that, you know, you use one button to dash and you dash in the direction that you're facing. But here you've got to use two different buttons. I thought that was kind of a neat touch and needs pointing out in my opinion. It's a bit of a small thing, but to me, kind of a big deal. Also, you'll get the ability to double jump soon into the demo. And, you know, what is a game like this without a double jump these days? You have to be able to do that at some point. So, yes, of course, you can do that as you progress into the demo. You'll also get health crystal containers, which I believe if you get 4 of them, it will give you an additional health bar at the top left, those purple diamond things. You'll get an additional one of them if you get 4 of those, I believe. I don't think I actually got 4 of them in the demo, so I can't fully confirm this, but it kind of gives you the impression that that's sense. Going back to how the game looks just briefly, at the start of this demo you'll see that I play a lot in some cave. There was a cave boss as well, and with a lot of cave aesthetic, but you will see a lot more different types of environments. There's a shot where you're outside in the dark and it's raining and you can't really see a lot, and it just looked beautiful. Like, honestly, it looked amazing in this demo. There's also you're in like the underground where it's sort of molten lava everywhere and stuff like that, and you're in like a tech lab and stuff like this as well, and also a snowy backdrop. There's loads of really, really amazing looking art style direction pieces in this game, and I really, really, really can't wait to see what else they throw into this as well. There's a lot of puzzles to get through in this game. You'll have to operate levers. You have to get power packs to open doors and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff like this involved in the game. It's a Metroidvania, so obviously you're going to have to sort of travel around, backtrack, go to places you've been to before, because you have to get an ability to enable you to get further and stuff like that. Of course, you'll know what I'm talking about if you're a Metroidvania fan. Many secret rooms to discover in the game. I imagine there was a few in the demo, which I managed to find, which is really, really awesome. and it's probably worth checking them out because you'll no doubt get abilities or special things that enable you to do better in the game if you check them out. If you take your time to explore the beautiful world that this game is crafted within, then you are sure to find your rewards by doing so. Maybe in doing so you'll uncover lots of the lore and the background of the story of the game. I know you obviously you're looking for your sister, who's called Rena, who has disappeared, and you have to find her. That's kind of how the game starts. You just disappeared, and from that moment you set off to try and find her, but lots of serious bad stuff is going on and happening around you as you're trying to find her. So maybe you'll be able to discover more in-depth reasons as to why she disappeared, and finding secret rooms might help you discover more lore about the game as well. So lots of reasons to take your time. You can't rush this game anyway, really. You can't be a speedrunner of this game to start with. I know there's obviously Celeste speedrunners out there, and there will be speedrunners of this game too, sure, but when you start the game, play it for the first time, you have no reason to do that. You just want to explore its marvellous world, and hopefully you'll find out everything you can about the story of the game. The characters are cute, you know, they have their own personality traits and stuff like that. Violet, the character you play as, is a pretty cool character who I like the look of. So looking forward to seeing out what kind of storyline unfolds between her and her sister and any of the other characters in the game. Another fairly small detail, should we say, that I found really awesome about this game actually is the fact that you can find like doorways in the game, and so if you go through the doorway, your character is now kind of in the background, and then you can maneuver around the map in the background until you find another doorway to come back out into the foreground. I hope that makes sense. You may have already seen me do it in this demo run so far, but like, I found that really, really cool. Like, that just gives you more possibility to explore other areas and find secrets in rooms that you did not know that they were going to be before, and just gives another nice little touch to this game that I hope to see a lot more of. You see it a few times in the demo, but I just want to see them develop that and do a lot more of that in the full game if possible, because that was a really, really neat touch. The music in the game was more kind of like an ambient feel to the style of level that you're currently playing in, if that makes sense, which is really nice to hear. Not you know, too over the top, but it was just kind of a nice ambience to go with the game, which is really, really cool. I can't really think of too many bad things to say about it, if any, about this game, if I'm being honest with you. I love the art style. I was a big fan of Celeste, so there was no doubt in my mind that I'd love the art style of this game. The puzzles are clever. You know, it's a Metroidvania, so I'm always biased towards the favour of Metroidvanias anyway, because I love those kind of games. I was a huge Metroid fan back in the day, still am. I love Castlevania games as well, and I was always going to be kind of a fan of this kind of game. When I saw that there was a demo available, I just had to try it. The customization for your weapons, really, really cool so far. I love the dash ability, the double jump, the stuff that you can do in these kind of games. I love that they're all still here, and boss fights as well. Some of them I can see they're going to be really, really tough going forward. I had a bit of trouble with one of the bosses, the sort of tank boss that you'll see in this demo run. So I imagine I'm going to find loads of other bosses really challenging. The enemies are cool, the characters look good, there's a good story going on about finding your sister and stuff like that. Can't really think of too much negative to say about it, if I'm being honest with you. I just can't wait to see more of this game. So like I said before, check out the description, find the link to the demo on Steam, download the demo, play the demo yourselves. If this even slightly interests you, I advise playing it, because I had such a good time, and hopefully you will too. And I'm just going to now allow you to watch the rest of this gameplay, so I hope you enjoy that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time for another indie game. So take care of yourselves and have yourselves a great day. Hey good peeps, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see, and also catch me live on Twitch every Sunday, Tuesday and every other Friday, 8 PM UK time. I'll see you there. Back to the video.